everybody have Genesis?
Yes.
This is going to be a lesson on faith, and we're going to be starting at verse 2. And he said, and this is God's command. That's the first part. God's command to Abraham. And he said, take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, with whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I tell thee of. That talks about how Abraham is going to sacrifice Isaac in the land of Moriah and one of the mountains. Now, we're going to be skipping down to verse 6 now, and this is what Abraham did next. This talks about what he did to do the burnt offering. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac his son, and he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they went both of them together. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father, and said, My father. And he said, Here I am, my son. And he said, Behold the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? And Abraham said, My son, God will provide himself a lamb for the burnt offering. So they went both of them together. And they came to the place which God had told of him of. And Abraham built an altar there, and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand, and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven, and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here I am. And he said, Lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him, for now I know that thou fearest God, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me. And Abraham lifted up his eyes, and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by its horns. And Abraham went and took the ram, and offered him up for a burnt offering in the stead of his son. That paragraph talks about how Abraham had enough faith in the Lord to sacrifice his son, and how he obeyed God doing that. Now, last little couple verses here. We're going to be skipping down to 17. And this talks about how God's blessings to Abraham. That in the blessing I will bless thee, and multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of the heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore, and thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies. And in thy seed shall all the nations of earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. And that last couple verses in God's blessing, it talks about how Abraham is the father of all nations. That's kind of what the seed means, father in this verse. In 18, it means that he's the father of all nations. Now time for question time.
What's the question?
What was God's command to Abraham? What?
Can we not read on more? No. Sacrifice the sons.
Abraham obey God? Nathaniel.
Yes.
Absolutely correct. What offering did the Lord provide in the place of Adam?
Call a girl.
That's my thinking.
I was thinking the same
Okay.
thing.
Katie, go ahead and answer.
You know.
Ram.
A nasty old party ring.
What was it out?
I'm glad he didn't say
Forgot about the girl.
Don't pick a girl.
The girls know the answer too.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Excuse me, they're raising their hands.
Yeah, and they're not having a teacher give them the answer.
Uh-oh. What was God's blessing to Abraham?
Okay.
Don't give up your read. Don't be all type of something. Now the last question. What is the lesson about?
God.
Oh, no,
No.
God blessing Abraham.
Let a girl answer.
I saw Katie answer Fiona.
God bless Abraham. I just said that.
Because he had what? What did he have, Fiona?
Like God bless it.
Stop talking.
Y'all are reading for my favorite.
Okay, we got it. Come on up here.
down,
Sit
okay.
sit down. Behave.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes,
Get off
very
the